Welcome everyone to another exciting interview segment. Today we have the pleasure of sitting down with the Jason Cermak, star of the lifetime thriller Cradle of Deception.
Hmm.
Jason takes on the role of a mysterious doctor.
Hmm.
Join us as we delve into Jason's insights into his character and the challenges of filming this movie. Thank you for joining us, Jason.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
And we can start.
Yeah.
Can you tell us a little bit about your character in Cradle of Deception?
Dr. Jackson Walker is his name, and he's based on an actual doctor. There is a Netflix documentary called Our Father, which is roughly based on what this was based on. And I'm a fertility clinic doctor. And I guess I can let the cat out of the bag since it's already aired, right? But he's been basically there's an old method of in fertility clinics of using the doctors using their own samples for impregnating these women. And the thing is that I am doing the same thing, but I'm not notifying my patients that's what I'm doing. So Holly Deveaux's character has a husband that has passed away, and she was using his sample that she believed to have a child. And there's just some inconsistencies with the baby, and she kind of digs deep into trying to figure out what's going on. Yeah.
Yeah. And what initially attracted you to your role in the movie?
Just the fact it was based on a real story. I did started doing some research onto the real case, and these sort of things wouldn't have been uncovered in the days before genealogy testing. The 23andMe and Ancestry.com and stuff has really kind of opened this up for people. And just what I've learned from the siblings that have run these tests, just knowing, they wanted to find out a little bit about their family histories and to realize they have 97 siblings, really is kind of like ignorance is bliss in a certain degree, because it's really affected their lives, a lot of them in a very negative way. But a lot of them just being able to connect with other siblings is just a really profound story. And yeah, so I was interested in the subject matter for sure.
Yeah. And what do you think makes this movie so special and captivating?
I'd say Holly Deveaux, the lead actress, she's just wonderful. I've worked with her before. It was a pleasant surprise. I didn't know she was cast in the lead role. We did a sci-fi movie years ago called Mutant World together. It's this crazy post-apocalyptic. It's cult film basically, but it was a lot of fun to do together. So yeah, when they introduced me to the lead actress, I was like, "Oh, Holly!" It was just wonderful to work with her again. She's really something. So yeah, I think that's definitely one of the things that's the movie's got going for it.
Amazing. And what do you hope audiences take away from watching the movie?
It's funny, but I think be aware. I think if you're going to do a genealogy test, that there might be things uncovered that are going to affect your life. I think a lot of people that did it just as a novelty that found out some things that really affected them. So if you watch the movie, you could, it's an extreme case, but you could see that, yeah, maybe something like that could be uncovered. So I think take that away from it. Yeah.
Yeah. And what was it like working with the rest of the cast on set?
Oh, wonderful. James Dowden, who played, I think or Charlie. Charlie was his character name. Um, he's just a wonderful actor. We did a VC Andrews series together recently, the Dawn series.
Yeah.
So that's the first chance I got to meet him. He's an actor in Vancouver, Canada. as well. So our paths hadn't crossed, surprisingly, until then. But I always, in interviews, I always like to boast of the fact that he's a phenomenal magician, like a close magic magician who has like a deck of cards with him all the time. And while we're in between scenes, he would show the most amazing magic tricks. Like he's next level. I guess he did it on a cruise ship for a while, and yeah, he's world class. And then Brittany Mitchell, who played my wife in it as well, Diane. Um, her and I actually were in a few acting classes together, so we knew each other from before. So it was really nice to get to work with her in a professional capacity as well. Yeah, and Soren, the director, this is we've done movies together in the past, and he's the most lovely human being. He's has quite a story himself. He's Iranian, and he faced a lot of persecution back in his home country for doing his art. So he had to kind of come to Canada and kind of start from scratch. And he's always so thoughtful of the actors. He's always so creative, and just really a wonderful director to work with. Everyone in the cast echoed my sentiments on that.
Yeah. And what can you tease about your character journey?
Um, the tricky thing was to, whenever you play a character, you have to find the humanity in it. And I always say you've got to find the love in the character. Even villains or anti-heroes, they're usually in the pursuit of fulfilling something that's missing within themselves. So it's hard when you play characters that do horrible things to try to find the justification for why they did it and find something in yourself that can connect to that, which can be a very dark thing sometimes. So there are some actors that'll turn roles down because it's just too much for them to try to go to. With this character, that I found some difficulties not judging. You can't judge your character, so I found it difficult to not impose judgments on why he would do this. But I did manage to kind of find something within himself. And Saran, being just such a wonderful director, allowed us to work with the text at the end of the movie to align with the choices I had made for the justifications for why I did what I did. And it actually, the dialogue at the end changed from what was originally written. It's always, you've got to shy away from being the stereotypical villain where you're twirling your mustache. You're like, haha, I did this to be evil, you know? That's not a real thing. So again, I was just really pleased to be working with Saran and have him be open to the drive for why my character did what he did, trying to kind of make a better life for himself and his wife in the end. So that's the journey there. And you kind of see it become unraveled for him as the truth surfaces and he starts to panic a little, you know.
Yeah. And what was your favorite scene or moment while filming the movie?
Oh, favorite scene. All of them with Holly were just wonderful and fun. But the final scene where there's the big fight, we were working with the stunt coordinator. We didn't have a lot of time to shoot the sequence, so the crew on that, the camera team on that were just second to none. They were just really really amazing. So we had to this fight sequence, and there's weapons involved and that sort of thing. And then the camera team, God bless them, had to figure out a way of shooting it with very little time, handheld, not catching the other cameraman in whatever they're doing, but making it look so they can sell it. So like, for example, when you have a punch, you want to be over the back so that the punch looks like it lands. You don't want to be on the side where you can see it's not actually necessarily connecting. So that was a really challenging scene, but it turned out really well. So I think that's the one I would pick.
Great. And the last two questions and the change of subject.
Mhm.
At Survival Shows, we are big fans of Christmas comedies rom-com. What is your all-time favorite?
My all-time favorite of
Yeah,
any, I don't know if
any.
it's not a rom-com, but I love uh, National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation, the one with Chevy Chase. I think I watch that every year with my family. It's just it's so funny. It's timeless, that one. Yeah. As far as rom-coms, um, I did one called Christmas in Dollywood with Dolly Parton. I quite enjoyed that one actually, just watching it myself. We've watched it every year as well as a family. So it was nice to be a part of that one.
Yeah, great. And can you tease something about your next projects?
Yeah. I shifted a little away from the movies of the week at the start of the year. I have a role playing a character called Houston Chapman in Billy the Kid series for MGM. That's coming out. Very excited about that one. And I also have a character in the final season of Superman and Lois for the CW, which was just wonderful to be a part of. That series came to an end, sadly. So it was pretty meaningful to be in that space with that cast and that crew, saying farewell to the superhero franchises for the CW. It's been an end of an era.
Great. And that's it. Make sure to to watch the movie Cradle of Deception on the Lifetime platform. And thank you, Jason, to join us today.
Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you again, and thank you all of you to watch. Bye.
Yeah.